Why the police can't stop swimmers? Swimmers. Bet.
Ever scrolled through your feed and seen those insane videos? Cars weaving through traffic like they're
Terrible
playing a video game?
Would never do this.
We're talking about the cutting up in traffic trend that's absolutely blowing up recently, with names like Squeeze Benz and License becoming almost legendary. These guys have some serious driving skills, no doubt. But let's be real, they're also dicing with danger. Risking not just their own
that's
lives,
when
but everyone else is on the road for those insane clips.
Damn,
so
airbags
the
popped
big
and
question
everything.
everyone's asking is, why aren't these guys behind bars already? And how on earth do they always get to drive these expensive cars?
Expensive?
I mean, this is the USA.
You better
right?
not slip on. Yo,
Land
shut
of
up.
Traffic cameras on every corner and cops seemingly everywhere. How
Shout out
do
to
these
Brass Monkey if you ever the
swimmers,
tier
as
one.
they call themselves, manage to pull off these runs day
See, I
after
don't-
day without getting caught? Let's break it down together in today's video.
Let's break it
But
down.
First,
I want to see what his opinion is on why they can't get caught. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ambrosia Firewho for the tier one. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Power Stroke, you ever tell me what bike you got? What bike you got? You didn't even tell me what bike you got. Millionaire calls Benz and BMW cheap. Those words never came out of my mouth, by the way.
make sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel
just watched
for
this. That's
more
hilarious.
videos covering the most famous swimmers. But before we dive into the tricks these swimmers use to evade getting caught, let's take a look at what law enforcement can do to track these guys down.
What can they do?
And why it's not as easy as it may seem.
Why?
First, let's talk about the perception of surveillance.
Okay, real quick, the 636, right? I know this is legendary, but what's legendary about it? Not even like a condescending way. I genuinely want to know because I'm into that kind of thing now, you know? Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah, the U.S. has a lot of cameras.
Whoa!
But are they really
Wait, hold on. You just gonna play that like the car didn't just hit the bus?
of surveillance? Yeah, the U.S. has a lot of cameras.
Nigga, you ain't gonna play the crash?
But are they
Holy
really
shit.
the all-seeing eye that can track a specific car doing 100, weaving through
I ain't
5
gonna
lanes
lie,
of rush hour
doing that in a
traffic
C300
and follow
is
it
ridiculous.
all the way home?
No prep suspension, sorry.
The reality is a bit more complex. Think about it. Traffic cameras are often focused on intersections for red light violations or monitoring general traffic flow. The resolution might not always be high enough to clearly identify a license plate, especially at high speeds or in bad weather.
They don't even run license
Plus,
plates.
the sheer volume of traffic in major metropolitan areas makes it like finding a needle in a haystack for law enforcement to manually track a single vehicle in real time through this network. But what about general police presence, you might ask?
I remember
While
this
you might
video.
see patrol cars, the resources needed to dedicate officers to specifically monitor for and pursue these high-speed traffic violators
Damn.
across a sprawling city are immense. Police departments have to
Should I
prioritize
get a 636 and learn how to stunt on?
calls based on severity. And while cutting up is dangerous, it might not always be the top priority in a city dealing with more immediate threats. Furthermore, the very nature of the offense makes it difficult to address. Cutting up is often a short burst of intense activity. These drivers might engage in the dangerous behavior for a few minutes to get their footage and then quickly blend back into normal traffic or disappear altogether.
That's terrible, bro. To get their footage.
Slow.
I don't think they ever let up though. I be watching.
So we're good. Let's look and get off at this exit. Did we lose the cops? Let's get off at this exit.
This hit-and-run style makes it incredibly challenging for law enforcement to react in time to intercept them. Even if a report comes in, the individual could be miles away or
Gone.
have already switched vehicles by the time officers arrive in the area. So, we touched on the sheer difficulty of tracking these guys, but let's dig a little deeper into what law enforcement is actually up against when they do spot someone pulling these driving maneuvers.
I wonder what his if he has facts. Like if he could. I'm just listening.
It's not
Sorry.
as simple as just flipping on the lights and sirens and giving chase. There are a lot of factors that come into play, and police work in these situations is governed by strict protocols designed to protect everyone, not just the officers involved. One of the biggest hurdles are our strict departmental guidelines. Many police
Like pitting?
departments in the U.S. have very clear rules about engaging in high-speed pursuits, especially for non-violent offenses like reckless driving. The risk of a high-speed chase causing an accident.
So
that injures
what I don't know is because I just never. What's a felony, a misdemeanor? Like, what are the rankings of which is the craziest and which is you know what I'm saying? Because what is reckless driving? What kind of offense is that? You know what I mean?
kills innocent bystanders is a major concern. Departments often prohibit risky maneuvers like intentionally bumping or ramming a suspect vehicle at high speeds unless there's an imminent threat of serious harm to others.
Damn!
This means officers can't always just force these swimmers off the road, even if they have the opportunity. And perhaps the most critical element is the constant risk assessment that officers have to perform in real time. Even if a police officer witnesses someone swimming through traffic live, they have to immediately weigh the potential outcomes of initiating a pursuit. Do they chase after the driver, potentially escalating the dangerous behavior and pushing them to drive even more recklessly in an attempt to escape?
If you guys GSP, they crashing out. I'm sorry.
Or do they decide to hold back, allowing the suspect to get away in that moment, but potentially preventing a high-speed collision that could kill someone? It's a split-second decision with life or death stakes, and officers are trained to prioritize public safety above all else. Sometimes the safest option is to not pursue. Now, let's get back into the
Damn, that's kind of crazy. Like, I guess there's nothing you could really do about it then, right? That's crazy.
Of these swimmers and look at some of the specific tactics they use to stay ahead of the game. Because it's not just about driving fast, it's about knowing the urban landscape and utilizing technology to their advantage. And most importantly, the art of vanishing. One key aspect is their route knowledge. These drivers often operate in specific areas they know intimately. They've likely scouted out shortcuts through residential access roads, pedestrian zones, which of course adds another layer of danger,
exhaust for what, the bike
or
guy
even
yet?
Construction sites. This allows them to quickly disappear from main roads and potentially lose any pursuing officers who aren't familiar with these
stop yelling in
alternative
2 seconds,
routes.
but you know me, I
It's
ain't never
almost
gonna
like
stop,
they've
so.
rehearsed their escape routes, knowing exactly where to turn and where the dead ends are. Beyond just knowing
Shout out to 21 Day for the prime sub. I don't know why I just did that. I'm sorry.
the roads, they also leverage technical
HSK, welcome back, baby. Hope you're doing good. Nigga, who broke into this house?
It's highly probable that many of these drivers use radar and LiDAR detectors. These devices can warn them in advance when law enforcement is using speed measuring equipment,
I don't think they
giving
give a
them
damn.
precious seconds to potentially slow down or alter their behavior before being clocked, or alternatively, speed off anyway. Apps like Waze have become invaluable tools for these
Waze?
individuals. Waze relies on user-generated real-time traffic information, and that includes reports of police presence. This means swimmers can often get live updates on the locations of marked and unmarked patrol cars in their vicinity, allowing them to adjust their routes and avoid areas with a heavy police
Yo,
presence.
he's going backward. Oh,
It's
I
a
saw that
constant
already. I don't know why I'm acting like I
cat-and-mouse
never saw
where
it.
technology plays a significant role on both sides.
Yeah, the problem with your question, Ghost, is the fact that they're not buying these cars, they're stealing them or renting
Another
them.
important part of how they operate is the prep work. They scope out the highways beforehand. You'll often have other drivers involved, acting like scouts. They're checking out the best spots for their swims. They look for stretches
Is
of
it really this deep, though? I never knew it was this deep. I never knew it was this, like, this is crazy.
road with seriously heavy traffic, so the video looks wild, with tons of lanes to weave through. And of course, they're also checking out where there might be fewer cops around or where it's easy to make a quick getaway.
Oh my
There's
God.
also other preparations, like always wearing masks, helmets, or suits to make it hard for
Why did you get in this car, bro?
And let's not forget the immediate aftermath.
Shout out to Midnight
The
Smoke
actual
23 for the tier
vanishing
one.
act.
Appreciate you.
Because once the swim session is over and the cameras
This
have
is after
stopped
the Quan
recording,
video.
what happens next? It's highly probable they have pre-planned staging areas or even safe houses where they can quickly switch vehicles. Imagine pulling into a discreet garage or a less
Damn.
trafficked side street and hopping into a completely different car, instantly changing their profile. They might also have a change of clothes or even alter their appearance quickly to further throw off any potential witnesses.
Is it really
or
like this
lingering
deep,
law
though, bro?
enforcement.
Or is he just assuming this shit, or does he have like some insider information? Like, how do you know this shit, bro?
This focus on the immediate escape and blending back into the urban fabric is crucial to their continued evasion. So, when you piece it all together, it becomes clear why catching these swimmers is such a monumental task for law enforcement. The combination
Yo,
of limited
I ain't gonna lie.
real-time surveillance
These-
capabilities, strict pursuit guidelines, the sheer volume of traffic,
These
and
are
the
video
deliberate
game
efforts
cuts,
of these
bro.
drivers
Like,
to
what the
remain
f-
anonymous
Oh!
and strategically plan their stunts creates a perfect storm of elusiveness. For the foreseeable future, it's likely this trend will continue, simply because the logistical hurdles for police to consistently stop it are so significant. However,
Wow.
it's important to remember that there's always an element of chance involved. Despite all their precautions,
Oh, we know this video.
these individuals
Stupid
are
ass
still
Infinity.
breaking the law in a very
Bow!
public way,
Bow!
and eventually someone
No,
might
see,
just get
that's when
unlucky.
that's when
Take
like
the
you can't hurt other people. Stupid.
of the well-known swimmer Squeeze Benz. While he managed to evade authorities for a significant period, he was eventually apprehended. Interestingly,
What? At approximately 11 patrols area of Broad Street and Market Street, observed a black BMW that traveled around a police vehicle at a high rate of speed and had no front plate. Blah, blah, blah. The driver also made a turn from Broad Street and Broad Street, no turn sign opposed. I could
his
read.
arrest wasn't the result
Oh,
of a
he was-
dramatic high-speed chase. Instead, law enforcement was able to connect him to his online identity through a combination of factors,
Wow.
including his distinctive online presence. And
I never knew this. I never saw this. I don't know. Police attempted a motor vehicle stop, but the driver disregarded their attempts and continued to elude police at the hospital.
eventually, a traffic
With the
stop for a
pursuit,
less
but
extreme
completed an eluded
violation.
report on the
This
vehicle.
allowed them to positively identify him and bring him in. It serves as a reminder that even with careful planning, the risk of getting caught is always there, whether through a stroke of bad luck
Damn!
or persistent investigative work. But what do you think about all this? Is it just a matter of time before more
He really just tried to kick that shit.
of these drivers face the consequences, or will they continue to outmaneuver the authorities? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Damn.
Stay safe out there, and remember,
Insanity.
the road is not a playground.
It's not a playground, y'all. Stop doing this shit in the streets. What's wrong with y'all people? Anyway, I think this is literally just gonna go right into the next video. But shit, that's kind of crazy. Damn. What y'all think about that, chat? Let's have a discussion. What y'all think about? Yo, I just came from a YouTube vid from Gabe. Can you ask him why he drive like an Asian grandma, like he's so close to the steering wheel? All right, well, why don't you ask him yourself? Hold on. Hey, bro.
Yo, where?
Move. Right. Yo, bang.
So, someone in my chat has a question for you.
What's up? What's the word?
So this is the prompt. It says, yo, I just came from a YouTube vid from Gabe. Can you ask him why he drive like an Asian grandma, like he is so close to the steering wheel? Do you want me to curse him out, or do you want to answer the question?
Wait, what?
I'll read it again. Yo, I just came from a YouTube vid from Gabe. Can you ask him why he drive like an Asian grandma, like he is so close to the steering wheel? Do you want me to curse him out, or do you want to
Nah,
respond?
you got it. I feel like you got
Hey,
it.
bitch head, Morgan! I'm just playing. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Hope you guys enjoy. If you need help in winning, because I know you guys can't win without me, just let me know. All right?
Hey, Babatunde, I need you to be quiet, please.
Yo, stop calling me Babatunde, Jose. Fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God, I swear.
Foo.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, monster meat. She got a monster meat. Anyway, how you get that bass? It's a Chrome extension. You ever do a PC/sim giveaway? No, I have. I mean, I have in the past. Not a PC giveaway, but a wheel giveaway. That video is basically a cut up tutorial. That's what you got from that. Lay with that. When you're getting more power for your drift car, I don't need more power. I'm good right where I'm at. All I need to do is I'm so excited to drift. I was just watching Adam LZ's and Jimmy Oaks' videos in Japan, and I miss it so much, bro. I miss it so much. Man. Anyway, let's watch this video